fashion lovers. My name is Royal. I am the CEO of Royex Enterprise, Royex Fashion World. So today we'll be discussing about body measurements. Now, when you hear body measurement, some people just look down on it. But I want you guys to know that body measurement is the main focus of any garment construction. Because if you are desiring to get a good and perfect fit, yes, what I mean perfect fit, you have to do what? You have to do your body measurement accurately. But this video today is going to be divided into two parts. The first part is going to be preparation for body measurement, while the second part is going to be the body measurement itself. So I said body measurement is an important aspect of fashion designing, because some human are having different figure types. Some are hourglass, they are fortunate to have that kind of shape, while some are rectangular, while some are oval, while some are inverted triangle, while some are triangle. Now you have to balance the shape. Now what do you mean by balancing? It means you have to make them look like someone that has an hourglass shape, and you can do that with what? A better body measurement. Now, but before you do that, you have to remember that there are some things you have to set in place before measuring a client or yourself. Now, what are the first things? Before you take a body measurement, you should observe the client. What body type is this person having? Does the person fall under the category of a triangular shape? Does the person under the category of an inverted triangle? Now, if they are in either one of them, for an inverted triangle, we know a triangle is usually like this. On an inverted triangle, it's going to be like this. So what does that mean? It means the person is having a wider up. Either the bust is bigger or the shoulder is broad and the slimmer butt down. So what do? You balance it in the sense that you concentrate more detailing at the lower part, so that the lower part will be even with the upper part. So those are what you do by observing your client's shape. Now, aside from the shape, you also observe the kind of hand the person is having. Is this big hand? Is this slim hand? Is the hand extremely tiny? Those are things you put down. You are meant to have a book for your clients, like your client's journal, where you set down, you write things that you've observed about the body shape. Not just the body shape, but even about their behavior. You write it out down so that you can satisfy them. No, but we are focused about body measurement. So after observing the body shape of the person, which is figure analysis, what do we do next? Next, your client should be putting on a clothes that is fitted. Most clients that comes to the store or that comes to your house or whatever place you are practicing your fashion designing, they just come without being aware of it. So you have to make them aware of it, that whenever they want to come and they know they want to take measurement for a new garment or whatever garment they want to sew, they should put on something that is fitted. Because if you put on something that is loose and you measure the bust is going to add extra allowance to it, and when you drop that out, it's going to be bigger. And when the person puts it on, like we're always adjusting. You get the point. So you have to tell your client, when the client comes, like when the client is putting on a loose fitted garment, you say, "Ma, we cannot take your measurement today because of your garment. So I would appreciate you to come another time with a fitted garment." You understand it? So when the person comes another time with a fitted garment, you take the measurement. You don't have to be in a hurry to just measure. Like I said before, we can have different shape, but when your body measurement is taken accurately, your drafting is followed accurately by what you drafted, is going to set everything in place. There's some of them always make the mistake that they want to sew trousers. They will come putting on a tight fitted gown that you will not have the opportunity to measure the gown, and they will still be in the hope that they need the trouser immediately. Don't rush because you want to satisfy them. What you do is you tell them in the polite way, "Please, ma'am, you want to sew a trouser, for us to take that measurement accurately and for you to get a good fitted trouser, you have to do what? You have to put on a trouser that we can measure you well." So Yes, we all need money, we want to satisfy our clients, we want them to be happy. But if you satisfy them in a rushed way and you end up drafting or measuring something that does not correspond to their body size, and you draft it out and you sew for them, they will forget that you are trying to please them, you are trying to meet up to time. All they will complain about is all tailors are the same, they cannot sew, they will sew one thing, you give them one thing, they'll sew another different thing. That should not be it. Now this third point is what? The third point is it is advisable to take measurements in the same order each side. What do I mean by that? It means if you are measuring somebody from the shoulder to the waist and you are using this side of your body, you measure from the shoulder to the waist on this part. You don't shift to the other part to measure another part of the body. So if you are measuring your figure or you are measuring your client or your personal self, if you are using one particular part to measure all your, if you are using one particular part, you use that part to measure everything. You don't shift to the other part. You guys will understand this one perfectly. And mind you, every fashion designers have their own measurement chart. So you don't feel like, my one is like this, so my one is like this, so it might not be accurate. It should be accurate, or it must be accurate. Because there is no specific body measurement chart to follow. Like you see that if you use this other person's on this other person's on, it's perfect. It's just that some people own awards are advanced than the others. And for you to get a fitted garment, your measurement has to be more or manier than others. I have seen that some people measure up to 50 parts of the body. So, but in Nigeria, if you start measuring like that, my leg, my hand, I've been standing for so long, so you have to consider all that and you reduce it. But the point is, you have to measure as many parts of the body as possible because our body figure is not perfect. But we have to sew a cloth that will fit it perfectly. After taking the measurement all in one part of the body, what do we do next? Now, all measurements should be taken accurately, in correct position, and with an equal amount of tension on the measure tape. Now, what do I mean by that? What I'm saying is, you take a measuring tape. Whenever you are measuring someone or your client or yourself, there is a particular tension you fix on your tape. If you are measuring like this with 3 fingers in between, that 3 fingers should be in between for all measurements. For all part of the body that you are measuring, it should be that 3 finger. That is the tension. It should not be too tight. Now, the tightness is the tension, the looseness is the tension you apply on your tape measure. So when you are measuring your client or your personal self, the tension should not be too tight, in a correct position. Like this is okay, but not 3 finger. Instead, a 2 finger is enough. This 2 finger signifies the amount of ease for a fitted garment. Then you measure the bust with that same tension and 2 finger in between, like this. So this is how you take this measurement. The next preparation to make is, you don't stretch your tape whenever you are measuring. It's not good to stretch the tape, because when you are stretching the tape during your measurements taking, you don't stretch the tape when you're pattern drafting, so it's going to affect. And most pattern drafters don't use tape measure when they are drafting. They use a long ruler, set squares, or French curve, so it's going to become different from the measurements used in pattern drafting. So that is why you should not stretch your tape while measuring. And you should take your body measurement at least. The next step is you should take your body measurement at least every 6 months. Why do I say so? It's because your body measurements are meant to be taken all at once. And those should be the common measurements, like the bust, the waist, the nape to waist, the shoulder to waist, the chest, the back width, the shoulder width, the shoulder tip point, all that, the waist to hip, waist to knee, the crotch depth. So all those measurements should be what? taking all at once, even though the client is not going to be making garment for trouser. So you just take them all at once and you keep it down. So that is why, since you've taken your measurement all at once, the only other necessary or recommended measurement that will be taken after should be the depth of a neck of a new neckline design that the clients have chosen, or either they've chosen an off shoulder, so you take around the shoulder measurement. So those ones are new measurements. You don't have to take the measurement all over again. It is easier and it's less stressful and it saves time. So take all your measurements once, then if you want to renew it every 6 months. So what's our next point? Our next point is whenever, before taking your body measurement, this should have been the first point. So pardon me, before taking your body measurement, the tape measurement you are meant to use, you have to check it, because all measurements, the numbering are slightly different. You might not know, but if you check it, and after watching this video, you notice that there are slight difference. There was a time I was drafting, so I was using one particular tape measure before. So at some points I misplaced it and there was no time, so I don't want to stress myself looking for it anymore, so I decided to use a second one. So then I realized that I was cross-checking, all my measurements were not giving me the body measurement that I took. So like, was I asleep when I was taking all these measurements? So that was when I said that something might be wrong. So I decided to use my ruler. When I used my ruler, I realized that my ruler, fortunately, correspond with the first tape measure that I was using. That was when I realized something was wrong. So whenever you want to take a body measurement, if you are going to use one particular tape measure, you check that tape measure against your set of rulers that you use in your pattern drafting to make sure that the numbers align with each other. So that's that. So the next point to take is your client should stand in an erect position. Now, some people, when they hear erect position, they'll stand like an artist, someone that wants to go and match in a battle. That does not mean that is not an erect position. An erect position is a natural stance for pattern for as a fashion designer. So tell your client, start in an erect position. It means I want you to be relaxed. I want your shoulders to be relaxed. I want you to be in your natural self. You don't have to give me some pretense stance, because if their stance is not in their natural self, and normally whenever they are walking, they used to slouch, and you measure them and they stand with their chest out, it will affect, because now after sewing the garment, because you measure from your shoulder to the waist at the back. So when you finish constructing the garment piece together and the client puts the garment on and they return back to their natural stance, it will become too tight at the back. So that's why your measurement is very, very important, and also your client should be aware of this. You have to convince them. They will see some kind of styles and I say, I like this. But those celebrities, they used to sacrifice to get those things. There are sometimes they used to pin the clothes on them directly. Sometimes when you are drafting, in the process of sewing, they have a trial period where the client comes to test the clothes up to like 3 times before they get the perfect fit. So don't kill yourself for anybody. Try your best, but also advise them if they want something good, they should also try or endure the pain that comes with it. And first thing is, let them stand well. When I mean stand well, your measurements are going to be many, so they should stand well and avoid moving, so that the elastic tape does not move as well. So we were supposed to use the elastic tape for the next point. So the next point now is the elastic tape. So an elastic narrow tape should be fixed around the natural point of your waist. Now, where is that natural point of your waist? For a slim person like me, it is easily spotted, just below the rib cage. That part where there is no there's no bone. Now, why is that part a perfect place for you to place your waistline? Because if you want to make it as fitted as you want, it will continue to tip in, because there will be no prevention. You see how slim my waist is looking right now. So if I want to sew a skirt or a gown and my natural waist is positioned around this level and I made it fitted and I fit it, like my measurements around the waist is tight, if you look at me, you think that I'm an hourglass, so it will come out well because there's no bone, there's no restriction. So those are also a key point for you. So how do you locate it? You touch your client's waist, those places that below the rib cage where there is no bone, to prevent the garment from continuing to go in. So after that, what should you do? So we've said a lot of things, so let me do some recap. We talked about figure analysis. It's very important. And to that figure analysis, I advise you guys to get a client journal where not just the figure type of the person should be recorded, but also the character and the wants and the needs of your client, because this is a business, so you have to know your client. So aside from figure type, we also discussed about your client coming over with garments that are closely fitted. They should not wear something that is loose like this. Just imagine taking a body measurement, every excess, every of the part of the clothes that you've joined to your body, they are adding extra width to the body size, and it will affect your clothes. So you advise them. So after that point of wearing fitted garments, we move to the next one. Now, what is the next one? I said your measurement should be taken at the right side. If I did not say it, I'm saying it now. Your measurement should be taken at the right side of the body and should always remain at that part. So if you are measuring from the shoulder to the waist at the right side, you should also measure the shoulder to the pitch, or the shoulder to the center waist at the right side. You don't use the left side. Why? Because we tend to work with our right side, and the right side is usually bigger than the left side. So because it's usually bigger, it's better for you to take the bigger side of the measurement. So the person wants to still fit this particular part and can still fit it. But imagine taking the measurement that is now small for you. Yeah, when you want to put on the clothes, this side does not permit the garments to fit in. What do? You spoil the customer's clothes. So these are things you consider. You measure your garment on the right side. So we've taken figure analysis, clothes fitted garment should be worn when taking body measurement, and right part of the body should be used to measure, and all part of your measurement should be taken on that part. Then the fourth one is what you should measure, or you should hold your tape measure with the same tension. If you are making your measurement and the thing is tight, it should be tight all over. So the fifth one is what? The fifth one is your position of measurement. So the client should stand erect, and I already told you what erect position means. Standing erect with a relaxed posture. Then after that, you take your measurement every 6 months, and you should take all your measurements all at once. The common measurement. Then after, when you keep changing style, you start adding new ones to it. But those ones should be inside your design analysis. So after that, you also talk about checking your tape measure to align with the set of rulers that you will use for your work, for your drafting. So you will not measure one thing and you'll be using another measurement to draft it. You will not know where the fault is coming from. Most tailors make that mistake. So we talked about 7. So which one is the 8th one? So I should add. Now when you are measuring your client or yourself, you don't stretch your tape measure. Don't stretch it. It's not a fight. Don't stretch it. Just measure the person in a free or natural way. I showed you a video of how to take measurement with to take a measurement of tension with 2 fingernails in between. You see the way I hold it. I explained one place when it was too tight. That one is you pulling your tape measure. You don't stretch it. Don't do that, because you will not stretch it when you are measuring on the tape or the pattern drafting, or when the person wants to put it on now. It doesn't become too fitted and tight. Don't stretch your tape measure when measuring. So, and most clients, they don't like their body type. So just advise them. They're giving a negative comment about their body size or their type. You tell them that everybody's different. Compliment them. You might be the only person complimenting them in their life. Compliment them well. Hey, they deserve it. They're not the ones that created themselves. Compliment them, they'll feel happy and they'll come and meet you, they'll feel more relaxed around you. Compliment them. So that is that for this part of the body measurement. I hope you like it. So if there is any other questions, or if there's any new questions that you guys would like to ask me, please keep them in the comments below. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe immediately, because I'm going to be giving you pointers, different things that you will not get elsewhere. Believe me, you will not get it elsewhere. So as this program progresses, I'm going to give you gifts, so watch out for those gifts. So the next video will be uploaded very soon. It's going to be how to take your body measurements. Watch out so that any errors that you're making, you can correct it, and don't be shy. Do your business and make your money.